welcome to the Education Corner. I'm Miss Miranda, and today I would like to discuss with you 7 facts about sign language.
Fact number 1. Contrary to popular belief, sign language is not universal. So if you travel to Egypt, for example, you'll have ESL. And for example, if you travel to India, you would have ISL. If you travel to Europe, to Italy, you would have LIS. And every country in the world has their own sign language.
Each country has their own sign language, and this varies from the spoken language because in countries such as the United States of America, England, or Australia, if you're fluent in English, you'll be able to communicate well. But if you're fluent in American Sign Language, doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be able to communicate well with the deaf community in Australia.
Fact number 2. So let's recap. Fact about sign language. We already know that sign languages are not universal, and sign languages are real languages. Therefore, they have their own grammar that can be different from spoken languages.
Sign languages are real languages, and they have their own grammar that is different from the spoken languages. I can give you an example. So in Portuguese, if you wanted to say I have an orange cat, you would say eu tenho gato cor laranja. In Portuguese Sign Language, you would say I, cat, color, orange, have.
Fact number 3. Sign languages are constantly evolving. This is because we have a lot of new concepts and new words entering our lives. So the deaf community decides together on a new sign to use for the new concept or the new words.
The signs used in sign language are created by the deaf community. Whenever there is a new concept or a new word, the deaf community gathers together and they brainstorm a new sign for that word or for that new concept. And so the little girl took her phone. It's a phone. It's a phone. I'm pretending I have a phone. What do you mean this is not a phone? How would you do a phone then? And this is a phone. I guess it doesn't make sense.
Fact number 4. Sign language is not just mimicking words. While mimicking words might cover basic messages, it is not a reliable or respectful way to communicate with someone who is deaf.
Sign languages are now mimicking spoken language. So if you go like this, people might understand that you want to talk about a house. Or if you go like this, people might understand that you want to talk about a dog. But these are not necessarily the signs in sign language for those words. For example, in Portuguese Sign Language, if you wanted to sign house, you would go house. If you wanted to sign dog, you would go dog.
Fact number 5. Fingerspelling is used to spell out words letter by letter, and it's often used for names, places, or when there's no established sign for a specific word.
The manual alphabet is a very important tool in sign language because it will allow people to present themselves, to say their names if they don't have a sign name, or just to say a word. If you forget a word, you can just sign the alphabet and spell the word. Or new concepts that come and still don't have a sign, you can spell. I don't have a sign name. My name is Miranda.
Fact number 6. Facial expressions set grammar, tone, and emotion. They can help distinguish between questions, statements, or emphasize certain aspects of signing.
Body language plays a big role in communication, and it plays an even bigger role in sign language communication, because it could be the difference between I like and I don't like. It could be the difference between it's raining a little bit and it's raining a lot.
Fact number 7. The majority of Olympic sports have separate events or categories for male and female athletes. Athletes with specific needs take part in the Paralympic Games, but deaf athletes take part in a separate international multi-sport event specifically for deaf athletes, Deaf Olympics.
What do you mean this is not the Olympics? The deaf community has their own Olympics, the Deaf Olympics. And if you think about it, it does make a lot of sense because they don't really have a special need to participate in the Paralympics, but at the same time, they would be at a disadvantage if they participated in the Olympics because most of the competitions have sound warnings. We hope that you have enjoyed today's discussion. I'm going to ask you to comment below and let us know what are your thoughts about this video, if you knew any of these facts, and if you would like to see another topic discussed, please comment below. And don't forget to subscribe.
Para! Ainda não acabou. Olá, sou Jo. Nem sabes a história do teu nome? Estou aqui para te ajudar. Aqui tens o alfabeto manual português. Se queres a história do teu nome, faz como eu, usando as letras do teu nome.
Bye! Thank you for watching.